Have you been feeling low lately? Depression, while difficult to talk about, is a common condition that affects many. It's not just about feeling sad or having a bad day, it's a serious mental health issue that can consume your daily life. But remember, you're not alone. Many people experience these feelings, and it's important to recognize them. Understanding the signs of depression is crucial to seeking help and managing your situation. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards getting help and handling your situation better. The first sign to look out for is a persistent feeling of sadness or unhappiness. Now, we're not talking about the usual blues one might experience on a gloomy day or after a bad day at work. This is a type of sadness that lingers, that stays with you like a constant companion, and it often comes without any apparent reason. It's like a fog that doesn't lift, making your days seem dull and colorless. You might find yourself crying often or feeling a heavy weight in your chest. It's a sadness that doesn't ease even when good things happen, one that taints your typical joys and pleasures. This isn't the same as the sadness we all experience from time to time. This is a persistent, pervasive sadness that lasts most of the day, nearly every day, for at least 2 weeks. It's a sadness that interferes with your daily life and relationships. Remember, everyone feels sad sometimes, but if it's constant, it might be a sign of depression. The second sign is a loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed. Imagine your favorite book, one you could read over and over again. Now imagine opening that book and finding the words dull, the story uninteresting. This is what depression can do. It can take the color and joy out of activities that once brought you happiness. It's as if a fog has descended, clouding your enjoyment and passion. This isn't just about hobbies. You might find yourself losing interest in social interactions, preferring solitude over the company of friends. Work can also become a chore, something you do just because you have to, not because you want to. Depression can be a thief, stealing away the things that once defined you. If you've noticed a significant drop in your passion for activities you once loved, it's worth paying attention to. The third sign is changes in your sleep pattern. When it comes to depression, sleep is a major player. Both ends of the spectrum, insomnia, the inability to sleep, and hypersomnia, excessive sleepiness, can be indicators of depression. If you find yourself constantly tossing and turning at night, staring at the ceiling, struggling to catch those precious Z's, you might be experiencing insomnia. On the other hand, if you're sleeping the day away, finding it hard to get out of bed, or feeling constantly lethargic despite getting ample sleep, you could be dealing with hypersomnia. Both of these conditions might be your body's way of waving a red flag, signaling that something is amiss. Depressive states can alter your sleep-wake cycle, disrupting your normal rhythm, and this can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Pay attention to your sleep. Too little or too much can be a sign of underlying issues. The fourth sign is a constant feeling of fatigue or loss of energy. This is a common symptom of depression that can be easily overlooked. Picture this. You wake up in the morning after a full night's sleep and still feel as if you've run a marathon. Even simple tasks like brushing your teeth or making a cup of coffee feel like climbing a mountain. This isn't your regular tiredness that a good night's sleep can fix. This is a deep-seated, relentless fatigue that seems to permeate every part of your being. It's a lack of energy that doesn't just affect you physically, but mentally too. It can make thinking clearly and making decisions harder than usual. It can make you feel as though you're moving through life with a heavy weight on your shoulders, slowing you down and draining you of your vitality. If you're always feeling drained, it could be more than just physical tiredness. Sign number 5 is significant changes in appetite or weight. Depression can have a profound impact on our relationship with food. For some, this manifests as an increase in appetite, often leading to weight gain. This is because food can be a source of comfort, a temporary distraction from feelings of sadness or emptiness. For others, depression can have the opposite effect, causing a decrease in appetite. The thought of eating can become unappealing, even burdensome. This can result in weight loss, sometimes significant enough to be noticeable by others. It's important to note that these changes are typically unplanned and can occur without conscious effort. If you're suddenly eating more or less than usual, or if you've noticed a significant change in your weight, this could be a sign of depression. Remember, these changes are not always due to depression. A number of other medical conditions or lifestyle changes can also lead to fluctuations in appetite or weight. If you're experiencing unexplained changes in your appetite or weight, it could be a sign of depression. Sign number 6 is feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt. This is a common symptom of depression that is often overlooked, yet it can be one of the most destructive. It's not just about feeling down or having a bad day. We're talking about a persistent and deep-seated belief that you're inadequate, that you failed, or that you're not worth anything to anyone. Depression can make you your own harshest critic. You start to see all your actions through a negative lens, magnifying your mistakes and minimizing your achievements. It's like you're wearing glasses that only let you see the bad, and they never come off. You might also experience excessive guilt. You feel guilty about things you have no control over, or you blame yourself for things that are not your fault. It's a heavy burden to carry, and it's one that can make you feel isolated and alone. If you're constantly berating yourself or feeling guilty without reason, it's important to recognize this as a potential sign of depression. Scene script. Sign 7 is difficulty concentrating or making decisions. Depression is not just an emotional state. It can also have a profound impact on cognitive function. Individuals grappling with depression often report challenges with concentration or decision-making. You may find your thoughts wandering, unable to stay on task. Reading a book, watching a film, or even completing a simple chore can feel like climbing a mountain. Decision-making can become a Herculean task. It's not about the complexity of the decision, but rather the inability to process information and weigh the pros and cons effectively. The simplest decisions, like what to eat for dinner or which shirt to wear, can become overwhelming. Depression can feel like a fog clouding your mind, making it difficult to think clearly or focus. It's not about laziness or lack of willpower. It's a serious symptom of a potentially debilitating condition. If you're finding it hard to focus or make decisions, it's worth considering if depression could be the cause. Sign 8 is the presence of unexplained physical symptoms. Depression is not just a mental health condition, it can manifest physically too. It's a bit like your body trying to sound an alarm saying, "Hey, something's not right here." Often individuals experiencing depression might encounter persistent headaches, back pain, or stomach problems. These physical symptoms can seem unrelated at first glance. But here's the thing, your mind and body are intrinsically linked. Emotional distress can trigger physical discomfort, and vice versa. You might notice these aches and pains persist even after taking over-the-counter medication or getting plenty of rest, and sometimes, they seem to have no clear medical explanation. That's when you might want to consider whether these unexplained physical symptoms are actually a manifestation of depression. Remember, it's crucial to consult a healthcare professional if you're experiencing persistent physical discomfort. They can help you navigate these complex connections between your physical and mental health. Unexplained physical symptoms that persist could be a sign of depression. Sign 9 is a noticeable increase in irritability or restlessness. A person experiencing depression may find themselves more on edge than usual, snapping at loved ones over minor issues or feeling an inner turmoil that they can't seem to settle. This isn't just about having a bad day or feeling a bit grumpy, it's about a significant change in your mood and behavior, where you're regularly feeling irritable or restless. Depression isn't simply about feeling sad, it can also make you feel frustrated and agitated. It's like a simmering pot of water, constantly on the brink of boiling over. You may feel a constant need to move, or an inability to sit still. It's a restlessness that you can't shake off, a feeling of being on edge that doesn't seem to go away. This irritability and restlessness can also affect your sleep, your relationships, and your ability to concentrate. If you're feeling more irritable or restless than usual, it could be a sign of depression. The 10th and final sign is recurrent thoughts of death or suicide. This is perhaps one of the most alarming signs of depression, and it's one that should never be ignored. It's not uncommon for people dealing with severe depression to grapple with these thoughts. They might fantasize about dying, think about ways to commit suicide, or they may even make attempts. The weight of these thoughts is incredibly heavy, and it's not something anyone should have to carry alone. It's important to remember that these thoughts are signs of an illness, not reflections of reality or forecasts of the future. If you or someone you know is experiencing recurrent thoughts of death or suicide, it's essential to reach out for help immediately. There are resources available, including hotlines, therapists, and support groups, all designed to provide immediate assistance and ongoing support. If you're having thoughts of death or suicide, it's crucial to reach out to a mental health professional immediately. So, those are the top 10 signs of depression. We've traversed the landscape of persistent sadness, loss of interest, changes in sleep and energy, appetite or weight shifts, feelings of worthlessness, concentration difficulties, unexplained physical symptoms, irritability, restlessness, and thoughts of death or suicide. These are more than mere bad days. They're potential indicators of a deeper struggle. If you or someone you know is showing these signs, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Remember, it's okay to ask for help, and there are resources available for you.